about expensive things, cashmere coats, diamond rings, don't mean a thing. All I care about is love, that's what I'm here for. I don't care for wearing silk cravats, ruby studs, satin spats, don't mean a thing. All I care about is love. Give me 2 eyes of blue, softly saying, I need you. Let me see her standing there, and honest mister, I'm a millionaire. I don't care for driving Packard cars, smoking long black cigars. No, no, not me. All I care about is love. Show me long raven hair flowing down about to there. When I see her running free, keep your money, that's enough for me. I don't care for any fine attire Vanderbilt might admire. No, no, not me. All I care about is love. All I care about is love.
So beautiful. The mouth, really. And of course the eyes.
Yes.
Not to mention his hands. I'll tell you, I would have killed.
I could see.
But that bitch had her legs all over him.
I know.
I thought she was going to crush him to death.
Unbelievable.
Her skirt was up to her neck. Did you see?
So perfect.
Next minute she's lugging him up the stairs.
I saw.
But as he was going, do you know what he did?
What?
He looked at me.
Did he?
I swear it. As he was being lugged out, he looked back. He looked back at me like a wounded deer. I shall never, for as long as I live, forget it. I shall never forget that look.
How beautiful.
I could have cut her throat, that nymphomaniac slut.
Yes. But think what happened. Think of the wonderful side of it. Because for you, it was love. It was falling in love. That's what it was, wasn't it? You fell in love.
I did, you're right. I fell in love. I am in love. I couldn't sleep all night. I'm in love.
How many times does that happen? That's the point. How often does it really happen? How often does anyone get to experience such a thing?
Yes, you're right. That is what has happened to me. That is what has happened to me.
That's why you're in such pain.
Yes, because a big-titted dog.
Raped the man you love.
Yes, she did. That is what she did. She raped my beloved.
You were certainly right when you said you weren't normal. You're behaving like a lunatic.
No, not at all. All I've done is to ask you but a little favour.
Little favour indeed.
If we left now, we could be in Paris in a few hours.
If we crossed Siberia by train, we could be in China in a fortnight. But I don't see any reason to do it.
Victor, darling, please, be sensible. Just for my sake.
Sensible.
Yes, sensible. I shall be absolutely miserable if we stay here, and you don't want me to be absolutely miserable all through my honeymoon, do you?
But why on earth didn't you think of your sister's tragedy before?
I forgot.
You couldn't forget a thing like that.
I got the places muddled. Then, when I saw the casino there in the moonlight, it all came back to me.
When did all this happen?
Years ago. But it might just as well have been yesterday. I can see her now, lying, dead, with that dreadful expression on her face. Then all that awful business of taking the body home to England. Perfectly horrible.
I never knew you had a sister.
I haven't any more.
There's something behind all this.
Don't be silly. What could there be behind it?
Well, for one thing, I know you're lying.
Victor!
Be honest, aren't you?
I can't think how you could be so mean and suspicious.
You're lying, Amanda, aren't you?
Yes, Victor.
You never had a sister, dead or alive.
I believe there was a stillborn one in 1902.
What is your reason for all
I
this?
told you I was unreliable.
Well, why do you want to leave so badly?
Oh, you'll be angry with me if I tell you the truth.
What is it?
I warn you.
Tell me. Please tell me.
Elliot's here.
What?
I saw him.
When?
Just now, when you were in the bath.
And where was he?
Down there in a white suit.
A white suit.
Why not? It's summer, isn't it?
You're lying again.
I'm not. I saw him.
Well, what of it?
I can't enjoy a honeymoon with you with Elliot liable to bounce in at any moment.
Really, Mandy?
Can't you see how awful this is? It is the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to me in my whole life.
Well, did he see you?
No! He was running.
What was he running for?
And how on earth do I know? Don't be so annoying.
Well, as long as he didn't see you, it's all right.
No, it
isn't
isn't all right at all. We must leave immediately.
But why?
Oh, how can you be so appallingly obstinate?
I'm not afraid of him.
Neither am I. It isn't a question of being afraid. It's just a horribly awkward situation.
I'm damned if I can see why our whole honeymoon should be upset by Elliot.
My last one was.
I don't even believe he's here at all.
He is, I tell you. I saw him.
Well, it was probably an optical illusion. This half-light is very deceptive.
It was no such thing.
I absolutely refuse to change our plans at the last moment just because you think you've seen Elliot. It is unreasonable and ridiculous of you to demand it. And even if he is here, I can't see that it matters. He'll probably feel more embarrassed than you, and a damned good job too. And if he annoys you in any way, I'll lock him down.
That would be charming.
Now, don't let us talk about it anymore.
Do you really need to stand there, seriously, and imagine the whole thing can be glossed over as easily as that?
I'm not going to leave, Amanda. If I start giving in to you as early as this, our lives will be unbearable.
Victor!
You've worked yourself up into a state over a situation which clearly only exists in your mind.
Please! Please! Victor, for the last time, I implore you, let's go to Paris. Tonight. Now. I mean it with all my heart. Please.
No, Mandy.
I see quite clearly I have been foolish enough to marry an old gentleman in a club armchair.
Well, there's no good being cross.
You're a pompous ass.
Mandy!
Pompous ass. That's what I said and that's what I meant. Blown out with your own importance.
Mandy, control yourself.
Oh, get away from me. I can't bear to think that I am married to such rugged grandeur.
I shall be in the bar. When you are ready to come and dine, let me know.
Go away! Go away! Oh!
Right now, it's probably slow dancing with a bleached blonde tramp, and she's probably getting frisky. Right now, it's probably buying her some fruity little drink, cause she can't shoot whiskey. Right now, it's probably up behind her with a pool stick, showing her how to shoot a combo. And he don't know. I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped up four-wheel drive, called my name into his leather seat. I took a Louisville Slugger to both headlights, slashed a hole in all four tires. Maybe next time he'll think before he cheats. version of Shania karaoke. Right now, she's probably saying, I'm drunk, and he's thinking he's gonna get lucky. Right now, he's probably dabbing on $3 worth of that bathroom cologne. And he don't know, that I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped up four-wheel drive, carved my name into his leather seat. I took a Louisville slugger to both headlights, slashed a hole in all four tires. Maybe next time he'll think before he cheats. I might have saved a little trouble for the next girl, 'cause the next time that he cheats, oh, you know it won't be on me. 'Cause I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped up four-wheel drive, carved my name into his leather seat. I took a Louisville slugger to both headlights, slashed a hole in all four tires. Maybe next time he'll think before he cheats. Oh, maybe next time he'll think before he cheats.
Hello? Good morning. Is Philip in by any chance? I believe he's in the bath. Oh, really? Alone? I think so.
You're slipping. Well, I must say I am surprised.
Why?
I never thought you'd manage to add Philip to your collection.
What do you mean?
You know, I sometimes think, although I can hardly bring myself to believe it, that you really are as thick as you pretend to be.
You're very offensive this morning.
I'm very offended. I don't know why you couldn't have left Philip alone. Do you keep all their names in a book of remembrance or something? Do you give every 100th one a pair of gold cufflinks? Are you thinking of turning professional?
Would you care for some coffee?
No, I would not.
Don't be like that.
Why not?
It wasn't serious.
Why did you bother then?
That's an absurd question. I just felt like it.
You didn't stop to consider the consequences.
There are no consequences. Well, at least there wouldn't have been if you hadn't have walked in just now. The idea was, you see, that you weren't going to find out about it.
Well, I must say there's no accounting for taste.
What? His taste or my taste?
His taste!
You should know. You're engaged to him.
That's my business.
Yes, I know. Well, I hope he gives you better service than he gave me.
What do you mean?
Never mind.
How can you be so cheap and disgusting?
Practice makes perfect.
Yes, apparently.
And where did you spend last night?
Look, will you please tell Philip that I called?
Why didn't you wait and tell him yourself?
And that I won't be calling again.
That's ridiculous. You can't mean that. I can't tell him that.
Don't then.
Look, honestly, there's no need to be like that about it. I promise I won't be coming back for more. If that's the word.
Well, neither will I.
It's a good view, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
You can see the river in the distance when the tide's in. The tide's out at the moment. Look, I'm sorry about last night.
No need to be.
Yes, it was awful. It must have been awful for you.
No, it wasn't.
The thing is, I suppose I was a bit taken by surprise. It's the first time that's ever happened to me.
You're not trying to tell me you were a virgin.
No! No! No, not that.
Oh, you mean it's the first time you've not been able to make it?
Not that either.
What then?
It's the first time I've ever been asked like that, point blank. I think I must have found it rather disconcerting.
And that's why you were rather disconcerted.
Yes.
It doesn't matter at all. It happens more often than you might think. Especially the first night.
Oh, does it?
First night nerves.
What a colourful description.
Nothing to worry about. If at first you don't succeed.
Have you had breakfast?
Coffee I've had.
Would you like something to eat?
No, I don't think so, thanks.
I was having an enormous breakfast.
Don't worry.
What about?
Anything. I don't mind. At least you're kind and gentle. It's more than can be said for the most of them.
What do you do it for?
Company. I like being with people. And if you're with them, you might as well do it as not. Don't you agree?
I don't disagree.
They tell me I'm a classic case because my uncle raped me when I was 12. I've never quite been able to see the connection. You'd think it would have put me off, wouldn't you?
Yes.
I suppose it did rather take the romance out of things.
I met a man who had no yearn or claim to fame, who was content to let life pass him for a while. And I was sure that all I ever wanted was a life that was scripted and planned. He kissed me right here and he said, I'll give you stars and the moon and a soul to guide you, and I promise I'll never go. I'll give you hope to bring out all the life inside you and the strength that will help you grow. I'll give you truth and a future that's 20 times better than any Hollywood plus. And I thought, you know, I'd rather have a yacht. I met a man who had a fortune in the bank, who had retired at age 30, set for life. I met a man and didn't know which stars to thank, and then he asked one day if I would be his wife. And I looked up and all that I could think of was the life I had dreamt I would live. And I said to him, what will you give? I'll give you cars and a townhouse in Turtle Bay and a fur and a diamond ring. And we'll get married in Spain on my yacht today, and we'll honeymoon in Beijing. And you'll meet stars at the parties I throw in my finesse in Nice and Paris in June. And I thought, okay. And I took a breath, and I got my yacht. And the years went by, and it never changed. It never grew, and I never dreamed. And I woke one day, and I looked around,
you like to live?
Where?
Would you prefer?
Africa.
Africa. Yes, very good. And why not?
I already told you.
Yes, but I mean for the time being.
There is no time being. I'm going to Africa. Central Africa, where my dad come from.
Well, when you get out, if things work out for you, have you got a job to go back to?
Got a job in Africa.
Okay. Somewhere to stay.
In Africa, in Uganda.
Friends?
In Africa.
Excellent. I think I'm pretty much finished here, Dr. Flaherty.
You're finished.
Quite finished. It's been nice chatting to you, Christopher. I sincerely hope I never clap eyes on you. It's a joke.
So you're just going now?
Is that a problem unless you want before anything else?
What's up with it? What's up your ass, man?
Well, if you don't mind, I'd like you to stay while I ask Chris a couple more questions.
What sort of questions?
Routine. My assessment isn't over yet.
Well, why not? Fire away.
Because the thing is, Chris, Dr. Smith here says that you can go if you want to.
I know, I'm going.
What I'm wondering is if you really want to.
I want it bad. Do you know what I mean?
And you're sure you're ready? Are you sure?
I'm cool.
Okay. Just a couple of questions.
Shoot.
What's in the fruit bowl, Chris?
How do you mean?
What do you see in the fruit bowl? What type of fruit do you see? What's in the bowl, Chris?
Oranges.
Oranges. Good. But what sort of oranges?
Just oranges.
Yes, but they're not oranges, are they?
Nope.
What did you tell me yesterday? Do you remember?
They're blue oranges.
Blue oranges. Really?
Bright blue.
Peel one. See what's inside. What colour is it inside? Chris?
It's blue.
So the skin is blue, and even underneath the skin, it's the same. It's blue.
That's correct. Completely blue. It's bad. It's a bad orange. Don't eat it. I mean, my God, what is it? Black magic?
Voodoo!
Voodoo! Oh no! Spooky, do you know what I mean? It's nuts!
Spooky!
Spooky, yikes!
Yikes indeed.
This black dude we got doing his voodoo again. My dad, right? That's his favourite fruit. Oranges. Oranges though. Do you know what I mean?
Who is your father, Chris? Chris? Who's your father?
How do you mean?
Well, what's his name?
I already told you.
Tell me again. In front of Robert.
Why?
Please, Chris. It's a simple question.
It's difficult to answer. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't. Why?
If I ask you who your father is, nobody gives a shit. With me, it's front page news. Do you understand?
No, I don't understand. Why is it front page news?
Because of who he is.
Who is he?
I'm not telling you.
This is ridiculous. Help me out here, please.
You want me to help you. Now you want me to do your job.
If you can't tell us who he is, it will be tricky for us to send you home. Do you understand?
Who's your father, Chris?
It sounds silly.
For Christ's sake!
It's embarrassing.
Chris!
How can I say it in all honesty without you thinking I'm off the stick? How do I know it won't incriminate me? Do you know what I'm saying?
It won't incriminate you, we promise.
Oh, you promise. Well, in that case, I feel a whole lot better.
Please, Chris. Just do this one thing for me, huh?
For me.
My father, my dad, was a very important man. Believe it or not, my dad is former Ugandan president, His Excellency Idi Amin.
Fabulous.
Are you the lady that gives personal hints as well as for the firm?
My advice covers all fields of endeavour. Won't you come in? What is your department?
I'm a typist. I've recently been transferred from the pool to the special services section. I'm highly recommended.
What is your name?
Debbie Fieldman. I'm filed under Deborah.
How can I help you?
I was more or less bludgeoned into coming to you by a friend of mine. You may recall helping her out of a sticky spot when she was up before the council about the rateable value of her flat.
Yes, I remember the girl well.
She left the firm under a cloud, but she certainly profited by her advice. I don't know where to begin. I'm nearly at my wit's end.
Take your time. Speak slowly and distinctly. I'll be listening to every word.
Well, you see, Mrs. Villefoy, I've recently become intimately attached to a boy who means all the world to me. Against my better judgment, he persuaded me into doing something which I knew to be wrong. Oh, you'll never know what I've been going through these last few weeks.
Are you having a baby, my dear?
Yes.
Have you seen a doctor?
I went to the hospital and said I was married.
Oh.
I had to make up many of the details. I regret having to deceive the health service in this way, but I don't go to our doctor. My secret wouldn't be safe for a second with him. We're on the telephone at home, you see, and he's always ringing us up at inconvenient hours and coming round. So I went to the outpatients.
Is the young man willing to marry you?
I haven't asked.
Oh, you must.
I can't.
Well, why not?
I hardly know him.
Well, you must get to know him. Try and win his confidence. Has he any hobbies to which he is particularly attached?
No.
Oh, well, where does he work?
He's unemployed.
Oh. Where did you meet him?
He's never asked me to meet him. I usually do it by accident.
Oh, this is a shocking state of affairs. Do you know the young man's name?
He asked me to call him Ray. What his motive was in asking me to do such a thing, I can't say. I was half asleep at the time. I'm not trying to excuse his behaviour or mine. I've always taken it for granted that he knew what he was up to.
He's got you into trouble, and he may have done it under an assumed name. The fact has to be faced. Have you told your parents yet?
No.
Would they object to your having a baby?
Mum would die.
Oh.
She couldn't put it in the paper. She'd feel she'd been cheated.
Well, what about your father?
He's always had a horror of anything unnatural. It will come as a blow to him. He's only just gotten over the shock of my brother.
You'd better say nothing for the moment. You must arrange a definite time and place to meet with the young man. Pin him down! Get him to come clean over the matter of his name. That is most important. And then contact me. This is my telephone number. Here is a plan of the firm's nurseries. You may wish to book a place for the child now. I can do that for you.
But I'm not married.
Oh, you will be, my dear. Leave everything to me.
Hey there, Mr. Chaplin. You may think I'm rather small, 'cause the posh papers are falling at your feet. So go ahead and snub me, and don't return my call, and build your house
What you gonna do when I change the name of the person sleeping in your bed? What you gonna do when I tell the tale that makes the country turn its head? Just a little gossip and just a little lie. I'm gonna say the little tramp is just a little spy. And what you gonna do when it all falls down? Hey there, Mr. Champion. Well, your act deserves applause. You wave your flag and the country is impressed. But I'm a voice among the crowd that's questioning your cause. And now I'll spread my doubt among the rest. But what you gonna do when it all falls down? And where you gonna go from there? Ha! What you gonna do when the money's gone? And who you gonna buy to care? What you gonna do when the country says, now get yourself out of here? What you gonna paint when you cannot paint the town? I'm gonna wipe that smile from that famous little clown. And what you gonna do when it all falls down? And all the king's horses and all the king's men will never put poor Charlie together again. And what you gonna do when it all falls down? Ha!
How does the play begin?
Which play, sir?
Tonight, I can't remember the first line.
Attend the lords of France and Burgundy Gloucester.
Yes. What performance is this?
This is your 227th performance of the part of King Lear.
227 years and I can't remember the first line.
You're forgetting something else, if you don't mind my saying so. We must sink our cheeks.
Oh, yeah. I shall look like this in my coffin.
The broad straight line of number 20 down the nose. Give strength, you say?
You step to my boy. Don't get above yourself. I shall want a rest after the storm scene.
There's no need to tell me, I know.
Towel! Something missing. What's missing?
I don't want to get above myself, sir, but how about a wig? Shall we take extra care with the wig join tonight? On Tuesdays, it looked as if Richard III were wearing a peaked cap.
It's hot. Unbearably hot, going to faint.
A nip, it went on. Sir. Oh, come on, sir. We must give up now. Not now. Let's highlight our lines.
Imagine bombing the Grand Theatre of Plymouth. Barbarians. I shall give them a good one tonight. Norman,
Sir?
what's the first line again? All this glitter-clatter, chitter-chatter.
Attend the lords of France and Burgundy.
You put it from my hand. You must keep silent when I am dressing. I must work to the work. Hard-blooded labor. I have to carry the word to whole bloody universe.
Sir!
I can't remember the first line. 100,000 performances behind me, and I have to ask you for the first line.
I'll take you through it.
Take me through it? Nobody takes you through it. You are put through it. night after night, and I haven't the strength.
Well, you are a fine one, I must say. You, of all people, you disappoint me, if you don't mind my saying so. You, who always say self-pity is the most unattractive quality, on stage or off. Who have you been working for all these years? The Ministry of Information? Struggle and survival, you say. Struggle and survival, that's all that matters. Well, we all bloody struggle, don't we? I struggle. I struggle. You think it's easy for me? I'll tell you something for nothing. It isn't easy. Neither the struggle nor the bloody survival. It isn't easy, not one bit. The whole world's struggling for bloody survival, so why can't you?
Oh, my dear Norman. I seem to have upset you. I apologize. I understand. We cannot always be strong. There are dangers in covering to cracks.
Mind about covering the cracks? What about that weak join?
Look.
Sorry if I disturbed your concentration.
Look, my hands.
What?
They're shaking.
Very effective in the part. Don't forget to make them up.
I can't keep them still. Do it for me.
Oh, look. Must be infectious.
I can face the division of my kingdom. I can cope with food. I can bear the reduction of my retinue. I can stomach the curses I have to utter. I can even face being whipped by the storm. But I dread the final entrance to carry on Cordelia, dead, to cry like the wind, howl, 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 to lay her gently on the ground, to die. Have I the strength?
If you haven't the strength, sir, no one has.
You are a good friend, Norman.
Thank you, sir.
What would I do without you?
Manage on your own, I expect.
You should be rewarded.
Pardon me while I get my violin.
Do not mock me. I may not have long.
My father used to say that. Lived to be 93. May still be alive for all I know. There. Albert Dürer couldn't have done better.
You look as if you've had a night out. Where have you been? Had a nice time?
Quite nice.
Really? What do you do?
I work in films.
Really? What do you do?
I'm an assistant director.
Really? How funny. I used to be a continuity girl, but I gave it up.
What a pity.
Oh, yes. I'm beginning to think you are right. You meet such a good class of people. Of course, now you say you're an assistant director, and I can see what you mean. I mean, I could tell you had breeding the moment I saw you. You looked a bit washed out, perhaps, but there was no mistaking that you had breeding. Oh, some men I couldn't possibly entertain, even if I was starving. What are you looking at?
That's a nice big clock.
Yes, it's late. I suppose we might as well. Haven't you got a cigarette?
No.
I suppose I have somewhere. Please, don't do that. Use your handkerchief. What on earth is the matter with you? What have you been doing tonight?
Nothing.
Really? Do you want one of this? I mean, I am no different from any other girl. In fact, I'm better.
You say you are an assistant director and all your continuity girls and secretaries. I'll bet they're very loose. Have you been on the town tonight with a continuity girl?
You're a bit worried about continuity girls, aren't you?
Only because I've been one myself. I know what they're like.
When were you a...
Years ago. You are nosy, aren't you? I suppose we might as well. What are you doing with that clock?
Admiring it.
It is a perfectly ordinary clock. Give me it. I've seen too many people slip things into their pockets before now. As soon as your back's turned, nothing personal, of course. Mind your ash. Don't spill it all over the floor. Here. Here's an ashtray. Use it, please. Sit down. Sit down. Don't stand about like that. What are you staring at me for? Where is your wife?
Nowhere.
And what film are you making at the moment?
I'm on holiday.
Where do you work?
I'm a freelance.
Huh, you are rather young to be in such a high position, aren't you? You amuse me. You interest me. You know, I'm a bit of a psychologist myself. And you are rather young to be what you said you were. There is something childish in your face. I do like that word. I'm not being personal, of course. I'm just being psychological. What do you think you are doing? Pick it up.
Shut up! Sit down!
What are you doing?
Don't scream. I'm warning you. No screaming. I warn you.
What?
Be quiet. I told you to be quiet. Now you be quiet.
What are you going to do?
Don't muck me about. You see this clock? One crack with this clock, just one crack. Who do you think you are? You talk too much, you know that. You never stop talking. Just because you're a woman, you think you can get away with it. You've made a mistake this time. You've picked the wrong man. You're all the same, you see. You're all the same. You're just a dead weight round my neck. What makes you think? Huh? What makes you think you can tell me? Yes. It's the same as this business about the light in Grandma's room. Always something, always something. My Ash, I'll put it where I like. You see this clock? One crack with this clock, just one crack. You watch your step.
Please stop this.
Watch your step. I've had enough, get it? You know what I did? Don't be so frightened. Don't be so frightened, I'm just telling you. You haven't got any breeding. She hadn't either. And what about those girls tonight? Same kind. And that one? I didn't touch her.
What have you been doing?
I've got as many qualifications as the next man. Let's get that quite straight. And I've got the answer to her. You see, tonight, I finished the conversation. I finished it with this clock. One crack with this clock. Finished. Of course, I loved her really.
And in my twisted face, there's not the slightest trace of anything that even hints of kindness. And from my tortured shape, no comfort, no escape. I see, but deep within is utter blindness. Hopeless as my dream dies, as the time flies, love a lost illusion, helpless, unforgiven, cold and driven to this sad conclusion. No beauty could move me, no goodness improve me, no power on earth if I can't love her, no passion could reach laughter and make her love me too. If I can't love her, then who? Long ago I should have seen all the things I could have been. Careless and unthinking, I moved onwards. No pain could be deeper, no life could be cheaper, no point anymore if I can love her. No spirit could win me, no hope left within me. Hope I could have loved her and that she'd set me free. But it's not to be if I can't love her. Let the world be done with me.
What are you?
The sheep.
Of course. Stay.
What?
Why don't you?
No.
You could.
No, I couldn't.
Just tonight.
You know, I have
Just
to.
tonight. That's all.
I leave the animals.
Just tonight. Just once.
Someone has to be on guard.
Against?
The trenches from the irrigation channel are only open at night. And who's to stop all the farmers, peasants, tinkers from coming and stealing the water? Without the water...
Yes. I'm sorry. We won't even have to do anything.
Do.
We'll just sleep. Sleep together. In that big new bed. Just sleep, nothing else. You don't even have to face me. If you don't want to, you can face the wall. I'll just place my hand in that small bit of your back. And I'll keep it there to warm your back after the day you've had in the fields. You let me do that once before, remember?
No, I
You
don't.
did. You did. I'm sure you did. Look, we could even drink. Have a drink, maybe. Just a little one. Get a little bit tipsy, maybe even. How would that be? Like normal other people, couldn't we? A bit tipsy. Wouldn't you like that?
Fine. Get a bit tipsy. I'll leave the sheep up there in the fields and come back tomorrow to find them all over the place, or stolen, or worse still, even dead. Dead! Maybe! Taken by a pack of wolves, dogs, or something, all because you wanted to get a bit tipsy.
I just want to drink.
Then have a drink
Well,
then.
there's nothing to drink.
Have some water.
I want to walk outside on the dirt, the earth.
I've told you
but I have no feet. I want to hold a cup, but I have no hands. I want to bite into an apple, but I have no teeth.
I want. It's all I hear from you. Have you a complaint against me? Have you? Do you have everything you need?
More than everything.
Good.
New chairs, new cups, new spoons, new glasses, new sheets every week. Now a new bed. Shiny. Glinting like the sun in the irrigation ditch.
That's a good thing, isn't it?
Yes. Except I want.
Wanting! Again! I can't breathe here with your wanting. You're all over me like the ditch in flood, drowning in your sighing and muttering and breathing.
I have to breathe.
In my ear, in my face!
Well, other people don't mind if I breathe.
Which other?
Maria doesn't mind. Victor, he doesn't.
What's it got to do with anything?
Nothing.
Make sure it stays a nothing too.
You don't have to worry about that. I know all there is to know about nothing.
You're lucky I don't take my belt off.
Take your belt then! Maybe then your chances would come down!
Keep your voice down, people might start saying.
Start! People are already saying!
What are they saying? Huh? What is it? What have you heard people saying?
There they go. The two of them. It's not a crime, you know. For there to be no child.
It's you!
Me.
Didn't you ever think?
What?
It's you.
What? What, for Christ's sake? Why are you looking at me like that? What?
A wilderness! You're a wilderness! Do you understand? Like a dry riverbed.
Bed.
Yes. No. A riverbed with no water in.
Me.
I'm sorry. I have to go. I'll bring you back something nice. A jug or a bread knife. How would you like that? A knife just for the bread. Special. I'll bring you one. Promise.
What? She didn't tell you?
What?
She's feeling a bit
what?
Cancerous. Asked if I'd come instead.
She seemed fine when I left this morning.
Maybe
That's a fat lot of bloody good, isn't it? We're not burying you.
she didn't want to leave you stranded. And your mobile switched off.
Always forget to fucking lock it.
Anyways, nice to see ya. Thanks for coming.
Thanks.
It's not up to much, is it?
Nope.
Do you pick this?
It's in the book.
Ooh. God, my boyfriend, great cook. We were just having lunch and put some in a box for me. Bless him. Oh, sorry. Do you want some?
No, thank you.
No, it's really
I
good.
hate the smell of Tupperware. God, this family always eating in fucking cemeteries. Did you hear it came yesterday?
Did it?
Great big flat pack thing. Postman made some funny about, enormous packages, can't fit them through the letterbox.
Who answered the door?
Dad.
Great.
Then there's all this hoo-ha about where to put it. I mean, Dad thinks it should be in the cellar, but Mum says it would get too damp, and then Dad goes off muttering, it'll get a lot damper once you're using it.
Where is it now?
Behind the sofa. Wants to build it straight away, try it out for size, so we can all get used to it. Apparently, if we see it around the place, we won't be so upset once she's in it.
Oh yeah, just start sleeping in it. Breathe this out properly. Anyways, I'm glad we didn't drag her out all this way, are you? I mean, how do we know where to put her? No, you'll get a wet arse.
I don't care.
Sit down. Do you want a bag?
No, thanks.
You wouldn't know, would you? I mean, you'd have to remember. There's no markers or anything. Okay, unless they buried her right by the wall. Can't say I like the idea of having to bury my mother with a map and a compass.
Do you miss her?
Do I miss her?
Like when people say missing you already when they're saying goodbye. I miss her already.
Thought I'd wait till she's gone myself.
I miss her. Like, the other day I got home from work and it'd been a shit day and I just wanted her there. Just got home, just gripped by it, desperately wanting her. Lying in bed, crying my eyes out, and there's no one else. No one else is good enough. Kind of frightening getting this I want my mummy. I haven't felt that in years. I mean, when was the last time you felt that? Your whole body.
I don't remember.
So basic, like a cord being pulled from. Yeah.
What did you do?
Can't cry all day, can you? Packed a bag, went round to mum's.
Have you told her?
Of course not. And now I can't stop thinking about the next time I feel like. Do you ever just get days where breathing too hard makes you cry?
How long are you planning on staying? At home?
Dunno.
Because it seems like you've pretty much moved back in.
There's plenty of time for living in a shit flat.
Don't you think that they need some time, you know, just them?
I have got a wet ass now.
Don't you think?
She'd ask.
Oh, no, come on, she couldn't ask that.
Why not?
Because you'll react like you always do.
Like
Like
what?
everything's your tragedy and no one else's.
I don't always. I'm having a really shitty time right now. In case you hadn't noticed.
This is it exactly.
What?
You're always having a shitty time. Oh my god, you're like this little fragile, little spiky tissue paper thing we're supposed to all look after. And if we have to cancel plans because you've got dumped, or we have to dash off to hospital in the night because you've just got too happy with alcohol pops. And because it's you, like you don't just get sick and just go to sleep. You have fucking convulsions. Or we have to spend every family dinner just not talking about boyfriends because you're always about to break up with one and trying not to notice when you just dash straight upstairs, straight up to pudding, and now mum's disappearing. And you're still fucking around like it's your disaster. It's not about you now! You haven't been to the hospital. Once.
I'm scared of hospitals, Mum knows that.
Maybe I'm scared of burial grounds! Here I fucking am!
Since when did you start swearing?
Oh, I only swear when I'm just really, really fucked off!
We're gonna come here and argue once we've buried her, do you think?
We're not burying her here. It's too bleak.
Yeah, it is. Isn't even a bloody loo. Sorry. It's hard. You know?
Yep.
And I'm not strong. You're strong.
Yeah.
Have you got
Yeah, I think we've established this isn't it.
This is not it!
She wouldn't like it.
I think trees are the thing. Did you speak to the lady at the office?
Oh, yeah.
She started telling me how long it takes to decompose.
Mum would love that.
And then she was like, oh, that's probably not what you want to hear right now. I mean, God.
Come on.
Don't forget your arse bag.
How long does it take to decompose?
6 weeks or so.
Length of school holidays.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yes.
I don't believe it.
Well, it's true.
You would
Support it.
support it.
Yeah.
You would.
Yeah.
Wow,
Okay.
I don't believe it. Jesus!
Yes.
Jesus Christ!
Shall we stop now?
Fuck off!
Right.
Shit a brick. You're telling me you would.
Support an intervention. Yes.
You would support an intervention.
Yes.
I always look forward to seeing him. He's got this kind of relaxed air. Keen to talk about the new book he's bought.
Not academic or obsessive, not overly detailed. He's read the kind of books you get at the bookshop table at the front. The kind of popular science, sociology, military historical books, that kind of thing. The easy ones that accompany a documentary on the Discovery Channel. With a title that's a question, like, was Kennedy gay? What's the point of men? That kind of thing. And it's amusing, having him in my life as this sort of low-rent provocateur. But it's precisely this trait, which up till now I liked, this relaxed, populist, oppositional thinking, saying the vaguely controversial thing just for the sake of it, that has now become the problem. Because it's that table of non-thoughts, those glib, opportunistic books which have allowed this idea to congeal in his head, which he's now using as evidence upon which he's basing this completely misguided, very wrong opinion.
Actually, not just would support it.
What?
I do support it. I actively want it.
Oh no.
Because if all those people we're talking about over there had white skin, like Poland in the Holocaust or Bosnia in the 90s, you'd all be for getting in there and sorting it out. That's the real reason you think it's not your problem. Because all those people over there are brown.
Brown?
Subconsciously, you think it's a different culture. More primitive. Their fault, ergo their problem. I forgot a harmonica. Did you take it to the thing?
You want a drink? I want a big drink. I want a very big, high, kind of outrageously large percentage alcohol content because they're brown. I want to drown my sorrows. No, I want to drown you. I want to damage your internal organs. You should be punished for your despicable views. You should have a pint of something deadly, like absinthe or meth.
I prefer port.
Port? You want port?
If you are for it.
Now?
It's late.
It's 9 o'clock.
Exactly.
You should get out more.
No.
Since when did you drink port? What are you? French? All these revelations. I thought we were best friends. What?
It's funny. Best friends. Well, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's little children, but you're... No, right? Best friends. Wonderful. Yes. Lovely carpet in here. Have you done something with the pattern?
You don't think we are?
Well, we've only known each other for 3 years.
What's that got to do with it?
Don't get me wrong, we get on well. It's just that...
What?
Well, I have lots of friends.
I don't have a port glass.
A wine glass is fine.
A wine glass of port, that's what you want?
No, just a regular amount.
I thought I had the drinking problem.
I don't mean you should fill the glass.
Except, actually, no I don't. I don't have a drinking problem. That's just what you tell me.
I don't mean that you've got a drinking problem. It's just that you like a drink, and that's fine. Then there's another, and another, and things get dropped, like ornaments and manners.
Okay, so you can have a wine glass of port, which will hopefully give you liver disease, and I'll obviously have a pint of tequila, since I have that drinking problem. The advantage of which will be I'll be incapable of calling an ambulance when you choke on your vomit. Because from where I'm standing, either of those two endings, sleepy vomit or slow liver failure, is about what you deserve. Since our country is about to slaughter thousands of people in the Middle East, and you couldn't be bothered to do a fucking thing about it, well, what this shit? Let's both have the biggest amount of booze we've ever had in our life. Yes, this could be fun. Back in a minute.
I may as well finish my crossword. Have you seen my times?
No.
Bloody Caroline. Is that going to go on all night?
Don't know.
It is. I know it is. I could never get to sleep before 1:30 anyway. I don't know why I'm in bed. The pubs are still open, for God's sake. We could be, playing radios or running bath water.
They usually put a good play on the radio on Saturday nights.
I knew I should have brought my duvet. I thought blankets went out with polio. Did you try the window?
It's stuck.
We're not locked in, are we?
The door opens.
Oh, I can't sleep without air and it's too hot. I like it warmish when I go to bed, cool while I sleep, and then warm again when I wake up.
Shall I open the door?
No, I don't want the smell of that floor polish to come in.
It is a shame about Sister Margaret.
Grant will have to find a way round that one. It was his idea.
Are you going to let him direct it?
We are seeing that Mother Agnes woman at 11, and then we are off.
Suits me.
The hell out of here. What do you mean it suits you?
It does.
Well, I'm sure we could both think of nicer ways to spend Saturday night.
It's the place I'm talking about, not you. Thought I was going to be sick earlier.
You should have tried putting a finger down your throat and getting it over with. The rest of us might have got into the loo then. You don't feel sick now, do you?
Don't worry, I'll go outside if I need to throw up. Wouldn't dream of embarrassing you.
I thought convents were your territory.
You do a lot of other people's thinking for them.
You have to, in my job.
You should try listening for a change.
To other people's problems. Yes, I know. Some of those scars take ever such a long time to heal, don't they?
Oh, go to hell.
Is it like the place you went to then?
They had a lot more flagellation where I was. It was horrendous.
How?
Everything. Up by 5:30 every morning, then 2.5 hours prayer before breakfast, then an endless round of work, chapel, rotten food, all day, every day, no free time to speak of.
Sounds like a trainee producer's weekend.
You weren't allowed to talk to anyone except on Sunday afternoons.
What?
Yeah, you could talk about work or prayer. It was a strict order where I was. They discouraged particular friendships.
Which?
It's an expression they used. Two sisters making friends, getting close to each other.
Worried you'd all turn into raving lesbians?
Worried you'd make another person more important than the community. There was a fear of sex somewhere behind there, but it was more to do with being distracted from God. They split you up if they saw it happening.
No wonder candle firms stay in business.
Men's jokes? Worried women could choose a life in which they weren't needed. Ones who were used to sex found it difficult. It was a closeness you missed, knowing you'd always be alone.
How on earth did you get into it?
Sometimes wonder. A friend from college went down for tea and I went along for the ride. It's all in the past now.
What happened?
It was just after New Year's. Funny, the place was only a couple miles away from where I lived, but I'd never been up there. We went into this reception hall. There was a big wooden staircase and a Christmas tree with lights. A sister came over to us and that was it. It was like I'd come home.
Were you religious?
No, not really. Not more than anybody else. I had that same feeling when we got here today, though. Coming home. But all the unhappiness too, as if nothing had changed.
Sounds a bit Mills and Boone. I got there and it felt like home.
Well, that's how it was. And 3 years later, I was in, ready for an idyllic life of prayer and closeness to God, convinced it was what He wanted.
I'd have gone to see a shrink first. It's bad enough spending a night here.
I was doing a wonderful line in The Importance of Humility. How would it matter more at death than being a society beauty or Mozart? As if I had the chance of being either.
Well, why didn't it work then, or didn't the Holy Ones say?
They just said it wasn't right yet.
Helpful. Sounds like Giovanna screaming.
I don't know why it didn't work. I didn't want to stay, but I didn't want to leave though either. I didn't want to fail. I hated it there, yet I still somehow see the attraction today. It was 5 years ago, I don't understand.
It's only the attraction of escape.
Oh, there's no escape from yourself at a place like this. It's the last place you come to if that's what you want.
That girl in the white veil.
The novice.
She's rather beautiful, strange. I wonder how she's feeling.
Can't be feeling too bad since she got this far.
You know quite a lot about it, don't you?
I ought to. What?
Nothing.
Why the bloody hell am I here?
The pigeon.
What?
The pigeon. In the fields, out the back of the school. Do you remember? Me and you, on our way back home, that pigeon with a broken wing.
What's the pigeon got to do with your husband?
You didn't just break its neck and its misery, did you? No. You wanted to pluck it first, snap its feet off, to take its eyes out with a stick. Then you started stomping on it until it was all over the path. Blood, feathers, its insides. You could have done it quickly.
I'm going.
I want you to kill Simon.
What?
Kill him. I've got 10,000 pounds in this bag. And there is another 20 once it's done.
What?
I think I made myself pretty clear. He has lied. He is hurt. He has emotionally abused me. And I've had enough. I don't want him just out of my life, no. I want him gone. Completely. And you are the only person I know who can do it. Kill him. Kill Simon. I want him dead. You've done it before.
To a fucking pigeon! A pigeon? Are you mental? What's wrong with you?
30 grand. You are thinking about it, aren't you?
No, look, I don't know who you think I am, but I'm not that, okay? You made a mistake about this. I'm going.
It's a shitload of money.
Well, not really, actually, not really.
Come on, it is when you have nothing.
Well, that'll be none of your business.
He's been gambling again, hasn't he?
What?
Your bloke. What was what you said? That stupid cunt has lost our rent money again. You should be a bit more careful who you befriend on Facebook yourself.
You?
He's pretty fit though, isn't he? I was actually proud of him. And good with words. I must say, Carla, you have a filthy mind. I'm sorry. I know you thought he could be a ticket out of this place. But that's why I am here. 30 grand would help, wouldn't it?
You invented a whole profile just to chat dirty shit to me.
I just needed to find a bit more about you before I made this proposition. And for all I knew you could be loaded, I had to make sure my offer wouldn't be rejected.
Why do you want him dead? Why not just humiliate him or something? Put his emails on the internet. Why kill him? You're joking, aren't you? Is this a joke? Is this a TV show? Are people watching?
You are scrabbling in the dirt. You are nothing. You've spent your life thinking something will happen to make things better. But it hasn't. I think you even said online you would do anything to get out of here. For your kids. Oh, you clearly love them. It's even touching how much you wanted to chat about them. 30 grand would help to relocate you all. Without a useless husband. Move to a different city. Rent somewhere nice. Start again. You need this.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
You're wrong about me. Fuck you, you're wrong! £30,000.
I like
pudding. I like chocolate pudding and vanilla pudding and tapioca pudding and butterscotch pudding.
I don't like pudding.
I do. I like pudding.
I know. I don't though.
Yes, you do. Oh, the puddings our mother used to make. And the biscuits. She used to make dozens and dozens of biscuits a day. And you know where she put them?
I don't like biscuits. I never have. I never will. They're not good for you.
Well, what is these days? She used to put them all over the room. In the biscuit jars, of course. But under the sofa. And behind the sofa pillows. Behind the china cabinet. Under the carpets. Behind the curtains. Embedded into the floorboards. In tiny holes up above the door frames. Everywhere you looked, there were biscuits. That woman was obsessed with biscuits. She was a bad housekeeper, Mother was. She shouldn't have done that. We got bugs everywhere. You're right. We did. It started, of course, with the rugs. That's where the bugs started. I didn't mind them, though. Did you?
Yes, I did mind the bugs. I couldn't stand them.
Well, you learn to stand everything after a while, don't you?
What did you do that for?
You had a bug in your hair.
I didn't.
You did.
I did not have a bug there. I did not.
Either you had a bug in your hair, or you're wearing a hairpin that crawls on little legs. And for your sake, I hope it's bugs. Another one.
I hated Mother. I'm glad I killed her.
Zenobia, you've got to stop thinking you did it. Stefan did it. We saw him do it. And then we watched him be put away. Don't you remember?
I want a biscuit now.
You can't have one. You don't want one.
I did kill Mother. I remember because she was in the kitchen and she was making French toast. And she was dipping the bread into the egg batter. She was pouring little chocolate nuggets on the floor with her feet for the baby to eat. And I remember thinking, this woman is crazy. So I picked up a box.
No! 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 It wasn't like that. It was much more pleasant, for one thing. And it was meringues, not French toast. Light and fluffy. Eggy goodness. It was like eating an angel's head. Well, it doesn't really matter if it was French toast or meringues.
The point is that Mother is dead. And now we can keep the house clean again. Only you won't let us. You keep hiding Jaffa cakes under the sofa and behind the curtains and in the cabinets. You're no better than Mother. You're just like Mother. My doctor says I should not live with you anymore. He says I should what? Should not live with you anymore.
You do like pudding?
I don't. You do.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
Another bug.
They call you Lady Luck, but there is room for doubt. At times you have a very unladylike way of running out. You're on this date with me, the piquant of blush. And yet before this evening is over, you might give me the brush. You might forget your manners, you might refuse to stay. And so the best that I can do is pray. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck, little gentlemen, see how nice of them you can be. I know the way you've treated other guys you've been with. Luck be a lady with me. A lady doesn't leave her escort. It isn't fair, it isn't nice. A lady doesn't wander all over the room and blow on some other guy's dice. So let's keep this party polite. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby, I'm the fella you came in with. Luck be a lady. Luck be a lady tonight.
By the sea, Mr. Todd, there's a life I'll carve it. By the sea, Mr. Todd, oh I know you love it. You and me, Mr. T, we could be alone in an house what we'd almost own down by the sea. Wouldn't that be smashing? Think how snug it will be underneath that flannel when it's just you and me and the English Channel in our cosy retreat, kept all neat and tidy. We'll have chums over every Friday by the sea. Don't you love the weather by the sea? We'll grow old together by the seaside, ooh, by the beautiful sea. It'll be so quiet that who'll come by it except a seagull. Coo, coo, we shouldn't try it until it's legal for two-hoo. But a seaside wedding could be devised, me crumpled bedding legitimised. Me eyelids will flutter, I'll turn into butter the moment I mutter I do. By the sea, made it nice and proper. By the sea, bring along your child.